Alright, today we're here to explain what the GForce belt glide is and how to install it in a XP1000 clutch cover. Of course, this is the back clutch cover in XP1000. There's a video on our website how to get the clutches off. You are going to need a clutch puller to get your primary clutch off to gain access to the back of this, and then remove the cover to install this. Alright, so that's that part of it. The purpose of this plastic piece is it does say belts. And the way that it does that is because there is a problem, and mine is kind of loose. I've already taken this partially apart. But it's kind of hard to see in the video, but your secondary runs here. When you desale, when you desale, your belt will come up and hit, and then like this. All right, there's a sharp edge. I'm trying to get it in the light. There's a sharp edge right there. You can see the picture on our website where we sell this, the damage that occurs right here, and that's what's getting a lot of belts. The cogs of the belt are coming up, hitting it, taking the top off, heating it up, and destroying a lot of belts. Now, like I said, Gary, GForce, some other guys came up with this, and basically it's going to sit in here, and then the belt, we'll just do it this way, it's going to be curved up, and then the belt's going to come and hit the top of this and slide. Now somebody might say $100 for a piece of plastic. This ain't just a piece of plastic. This is pretty expensive stuff. It will not wear. If it was just plastic, this is just plastic, and it wouldn't damage it. So it's a lot of time, energy goes into making this, and then also we've got the support. Now the support's purpose is, and we'll show you how to put it in, is in the event of a catastrophic belt failure. It never happened, but they're just thinking ahead. Is it's going to go inside this vent here to support this in the event of a catastrophic belt failure. So I was not really sold on the idea at first, but I had somebody from an outside company, third source, I can't name names, but called me and said, "Hey Todd, you really need to pay attention to this. So this works, it's tested, race vehicles, what we're doing in the field on our product, it really works." And so I got back up with them, and Hunterworks fully supports this idea. And like I said, it's $100, but Polaris belt's $150, $200. If it saves you just one belt, you're gaining money. So let's don't look at the price, let's look at what it does and what it prevents. Alright, enough about what it does. And I've taken the liberty, I've already kind of taken mine apart, making it easy. So the first thing you want to do is get this vent off. Alright, there are some T27 screws. There'll be 3 of them. Like I said, my other 2 already removed, and then this aluminum piece on top, I'm going to remove it, and it takes a 10mm wrench on the outside and the same Torx bit on the inside. Now yours is not going to come off like this one did because it's sealed on there. And so what I did, and you got to be careful, is I took my knife and cut it and broke the seal and peeled it off. So, but be careful not to cut your plastic when you do this. Now that's also going to leave a bunch of material of the sealer on the cover and on the vent. I don't know if you'll have access to this, but what I did is I took my cover and my bench grinder with a wire wheel, and I knocked it all off. Then I've got a little wire wheel, goes on a drill, and I clean my surface up. Now, in case I forget it later, you'll want to clean these up with some brake clean or something that'll get any kind of greasy residue off, so that our silicone we'll use later will have a good fitment. Alright, so like I said, also take out the remaining screws out of the aluminum piece. Then, maybe we can do this backwards. We aren't so professional around here. And then we're going to take our plastic piece. And I'm doing this upside down. There we go. Then we're going to take the supplied screws and we're going to put them in as guides because we've got to drill a hole. Alright, I'm just going to, for right now, I'm going to put this on finger tight to get this in there, guided. Alright, that one's not going to move, so I'm not going to put the nut on that one. Alright, now then. Alright, so that leaves this last hole. Alright, so I would suggest that you pull up on this plastic piece as much as possible and hold it down and take a 1/4 inch drill bit and then drill through the plastic and the aluminum outside and get your hole drilled through. And like I said, the purpose of trying to hold it up as much as you can is there's just a very little clearance on this side between this fin. Of course, you get real close, this nut is pretty thin, so you can get it in there. Alright, so drill that. Now, while we're here, one of my issues, and I say issues, and it's really not after being explained to me, is it almost looks like the fitment's not right. Got a lot of clearance, it goes up to an angle, to a small clearance, and got, you know, this point right here. But this is not an afterthought. It was all designed in because you need as much surface area in here for the belt to touch and run on this smooth surface as possible, and you need as much meat, if you will, around the screw hole to hold it in place. Okay, so I'm going to cut the camera off a sec. I'm going to put tighten these up. We'll come right back. Okay. Alright, I've got 3 of the screws installed, leaving this one right by the hole vacant. I didn't tighten this one up. I tightened the 2 in the rear up. You're going to use a 5/32 Allen head and a 7/16 wrench to hold those and tighten them up. Okay, next thing I'm going to do, it's really hard to do this backwards, but I'm going to take some brake clean on a clean rag, and I'm going to wipe this surface down so that it's grease free, and then this black silicone sticks well. Alright, the next thing we're going to be doing is putting the support in. Alright, so I'm going to take my black silicone, and for right now I'm just going to put it where this is going to go, and I'm going to use it liberally, meaning pretty good bit. And for right now, like I said, I'm going to put it right around here. And this thing has got a shape to it, and I'm going to pick this aluminum up, then I'm going to slide it in, mash it down, okay, like so. You can get that light. Alright, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to apply my silicone. We're going to put a little bit on these screws right in here because these go all the way through. So try to get it down in the screws. You might even want to come in on the inside, and then I'm going to work it in with my finger. I'm going to, like mashing grease in a bearing, and mash it down in the hole. Then I'm going to wipe off excess with my rag. Okay, now that we've got our support in place, we're going to put our vent back on. Alright, I'm going to take my silicone and I'm going to apply it liberally. Again, a good bit of it to the surface of this, because now we got a little bit of a gap to cover with the support in place. We're going to show you how to get by that as well. Alright, we'll we'll smooth all that out shortly. I'm going to put some extra in the gap where it steps down, and then some right on the screws again. Okay. We're going to pick this aluminum up, slide the vent underneath the aluminum, and I'm going to put in the 2 original screws down here with our hex head bit. I'm not going to fully tighten them up just yet. Just get them in there. Okay. Then we've got our other 3rd original screw. Okay. Then we take, lastly, the supplied screw. And this is why I didn't tighten it up, because it's kind of a booger to push it through everything. Okay. Like I said, it is kind of a little booger to get it through all surfaces. Now we can tighten this 7/16 up. And we can go ahead and tighten up our last screw on the bottom. While you're at it, you can go ahead and curve this up inside, like so. Got it curved up inside. And then, lastly, change bits back and tighten up our screws on the vent. Okay, don't over tighten. Then I'm going to take my finger and I'm going to smooth out, filling in any gaps in here. Might as well go up underneath. Filling in any gaps, and I'm going to turn it over. Actually, I'm going to pull this back out and I'm going to smooth this out. Alright, now that it's smoothed out, I'm going to push my plate back in, and we, other than my dirty hands, we've got an installed belt shield, it's a glide. So if you got any questions, concerns, give me a call here at Hunterworks. Be glad to help you.